Hey, I think I'm actually here now live. Is that indeed true? Cool. Okay, it's happening. Hi, I'm Eileen Myles, and I'm reading for McSweeney's queer fiction issue. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to read, let's see, what I have to say some things. This is the first of several readings, so I guess look on McSweeney's for other ones. And there's a great, I'm reading from, where is this book? It's around here someplace. Anyway, I'm reading from the great queer fiction issue which Patty Cottrell edited, and I love this book. And if you guys want to get the book, when this is all over, you'll see a link and a 20% discount, and just know that that's yours and you can get it. But what I'm going to read from is my story that is in the book. And God, before I even want to begin though, so my story is called Twins, and I'm going to read this is a short reading, so I'm just going to read the second half of it. And what you need to know is that I'm in Seattle, and it's like the I guess it's the 90s, and I'm visiting a brother who is one of two twins. And so he's very excited to see me. And he's also in this new moment in his life where he has an identical twin, and they've never lived apart before. So this is very intense for him. And so I just talked about that in the first half of the story. And now I'm going to tell the second half of the story. But I do want to say that I would like to dedicate my reading because it has to do with sexual violence in a way. And I'm thinking that Linda Montgomery is potentially going to be the first woman executed by the United States in like 70 years. And indeed, she did a very violent crime. But I've been reading, and you've probably been reading in the news, about the kind of sexual violence and abuse that she lived through, and it was not presented correctly in her trial. And it's monstrous to kill someone, period, but it's certainly monstrous to kill a person and a woman who endured what she endured. So I want to read my second half of my story for the McSweeney's queer fiction issue, but I want to dedicate it to her and even her survival and our stupid state to wake up and not do this evil. So the brother says, I want to give you a gift. And he's younger than me. I'm probably in my 40s. I've got a career, but I'm kind of poor. I practically write about it. Someone said once, this is Eileen. She is famous for being poor. I think I've written that somewhere. So this guy's 20 years younger than me, and he wants me to get a psychic massage from the boy he likes. This is a gift to me, and I am a way for him to contact the boy. I wonder if I've told it already in the story. The boy, I'm going to ruin my own story, but this will be good. This is what part of the joy of live, right? I hope the boy lives on a houseboat, and he's hot, and this guy has a crush on him. I mean, that's very obvious, but that's what's going on. So this guy's 20 years younger than me, and he wants me to get a psychic massage from the boy he likes. This is a gift to me, and I am a way for him to contact the boy. X sent me, I say. I can't imagine how he would have paid. Maybe it was free? Maybe there was an envelope. I mean, this is prior to PayPal and Venmo, so this would be a very mysterious thing. I can't imagine how he would have paid. Maybe it was free. Maybe there was an envelope with a note, right? When I look back on the first, even 30 years of my life in New York and in the world as a writer, I only had these kinds of experiences: horoscopes, sensory deprivation tanks, massages, period, body work, rebirthing. If somebody else paid, even restaurants. I never went out publicly for food. It was a no-frills kind of living. I think sometimes I remember the masseuse's name. He was cute. Began with a B. I think it was like Brad or Bart, or I have remembered it, but I've forgotten it. It began with a B. He was a brown-haired hippie boy. His hair was longish, curly. I think he was probably shirtless, and I just laid down on his table on the houseboat on a beautiful day in Seattle on Puget Sound, and he oiled and relaxed me. It's really hard to say oiled without going oiled. He oiled and relaxed me and may have asked me a few questions about myself. Oh, speaking of questions, if you want to ask questions at the end, I'm totally game for questions. He may have asked me a few questions about myself. Writer. Oh, that's cool. Is there a way for me to read your writing? I have books. Oh, can I find them? I mean, you can go to such and such a bookstore, but if you give me your address, I'll send you one. I'm sorry I don't have one on me. Oh, no, I will buy it. I love to support artists. I make art, mainly music. And he indicated a keyboard across the room. I don't spend as much time on my music as I'd like. Okay, I'm getting some feelings. I'm getting some feelings from you. Have you been... I don't want to get anywhere you're not inviting me. Your space is your own. Thank you, I said. But is there some kind of violence you have experienced in your life? Possibly around your sex? Yes, I think. You don't have to tell me the details. And of course I did tell him. The water glittered and the sky was clear as I told him about being sexually assaulted on Cape Cod when I was young and drunk. He nodded as he rubbed my arm and my back. He was silent as his whole body absorbed my pain, it seemed, and he muttered, I get it. That's very, very hard. And then he said it. When he got to my foot, he lifted my foot and he said, this little foot feels very uncared for. You have a high arch and it's very, very tense. He was touching it then. Did you ever do dance? That would be good for you. Yes, I did ballet when I was a kid. Not for long. But I liked it and I was good. He said, a lot of your energy, a lot of your pain is stored right here. When you have a shower, here's what I want you to do. Just lift your foot, 1 foot at a time. It's both, but your right foot is worse. Give the bottom of your foot a little rub and say, this might sound silly, but I think it will help. I must heal my anger at men. I must heal my anger at men. Do that. It will help you, I'm sure. It's just a feeling I get, but that's what I would do. I'm not trying to get into your space at all, but these little feet, he held them then, are calling out for it. Give the bottoms of your feet a little love and push that anger out. Just a little rub. You know, I don't even have a shower at my home. I've got a tub. So it's not every day of my life. But I'm standing at the gym many days, most days. Water pours down my back. I'm lifting my arms and I'm making foam with soap in my pits. I'm standing on one leg and I rarely take a shower without lifting my foot and thinking about him. I must heal my anger towards men. I must heal my anger towards men. And you know, rape victims always spend hours in the shower. It's just a fact. And the houseboat rocked, and the little foot screamed and cried. How did you like him? I mean, it was good. Weird? Well, yes, of course. But it will definitely stay with me. Good. Well, tell my brother I said hello when you see him. He laughed. Ha, I will. And I do see him, I said, closing the door. So that's my story, guys. It may not be, as I have to say, reading it emotionally, because you didn't really meet the guy who sent me to the psychic masseuse. It may not have been as emotionally effective as it would be if you actually read the story in the queer issue of McSweeney's, which I told you already you could get very easily. And I think that's all I've got. I don't see anybody asking any questions. Thank you for sharing, somebody said. Thank you guys. If anybody wants to ask me something, I'll hover here for a few moments. But I think we did it. It's so weird. I was going to wear sweats. I have jeans on. I mean, you don't need to see them, but it's so funny with these Zoom gigs. You could just kind of wear it. You can wear pajamas practically. When does the book come out? Well, the McSweeney's book, the queer fiction issue, is out now, and so you're going to see the link. But my book, because this is part of a novel, and so my book will be out, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years. I'm trying to write like a 1,000-page book called All My Loves. So that's coming. But this is the first chapter of it that I've published anywhere. So I'm very grateful to be in this and to do this. Somebody says, your feet today? I still have slightly weird feet. I mean, I think I'm one of those people that in COVID, I've started doing yoga, which I never did before in my life. And it's sort of like my feet, you kind of, when you do downward dog, ultimately you're trying to get the balls of your feet. We want to see the tub. That's so funny. You're supposed to get the balls of your feet down flat. And because I have these really, so the little foot is still in process. But part of my desire with doing yoga is in 10 years, I will get the balls of my feet flat. And so perhaps I'll be dealing with my anger towards men in all that time too. The body keeps the score. That's the title of a book, but it's also just true. I agree. Let's see what else I've got here. Difference between autofiction and memoir, or no difference. I just don't like the word memoir. It just sounds French and very precious. It's like my precious life. I think I wrote the book Afterglow, which was a dog memoir. I called it memoir because it was about my dog, and indeed it was sentimental, but not. I just wouldn't want to. I don't know. I call it a novel, but I think it's probably. I don't think really nonfiction and fiction are that different to me. I just don't think they are. Why would they be different? Do you cut your own hair? No. I go to Sean at Seagull, and then I go to Americana in Alpine near Marfa. Love the story. Could you tell us about the beach ball on your ceiling? It's a painting, and it's by Doug Paget, who's a really great painter who lives in New York. And it was the cover of one of my books, a book called Skies that I published in the 90s. And so what it is, it's just like a big blue sky with a beach ball just kind of hovering. So it strikes me as a feeling that I like to keep close. Any books, TV, film you enjoyed? I'm doing Fargo right now. I'm kind of the TV show. I can't stop watching it. It's incredible. And there's something else. Oh, Happy Valley. We started to watch Happy Valley, which is really dark, but kind of incredible. And I have been watching The Crown. and I love, what is it called? What's his dark material, what's the pronoun? Their dark materials. I love that. I didn't like, this season is better than the last one. Are you doing a writer's workshop anytime soon? I'll probably do one in P-Town in the summer. If we do things like that in the summer. Yeah, season 2 Fargo is incredible too. Will you officiate our wedding? I baptized a dog once. It was a Chihuahua, and that was really moving. So sure, I'll totally. Any books, TV? I'm reading a lot. Well, I'm reading my friend Joe Westmoreland's book right now. It's called Tramps Like Us, and it's out of print. But on December 27th, if you go to the Participant After Dark, we're going to do on December 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to read from this book because it needs to get back in print. Joe is one of my best friends. It's an amazing novel. And so December 27th, 6 p.m., Participant After Dark. Let's see, what else? Appreciate. Love Skies. Thank you. I love Skies. That's one of my favorite books. Let's see. You want to see the tub. Can I just do that? I'm so insecure technology-wise. Do you have anger, and did you heal it? I have so much anger, and I'm working on healing it all the time. I mean, I just turned 71, so I figure by the time I die, maybe I'll have healed it more. Can you give us a live story about today? God, a live story about today. Today, God, what can I tell you about today? I've been watching Fargo. I took a long walk. I went to what's this artist's name? I went to see an amazing show at Michelle Abreu on Eldridge Street. I think it's damn, I would have to look, but I want to say it was like, I'm going to fuck their name up. It's like Yahweh Agatsu. It's amazing. It just, forgive me, artist, for fucking up your name, but it's like photographs of the city, and they're as slides, and old school slides on like kind of standing things that are shooting them on the wall. There's like about 10 different projectors, and there's about 60 photographs on each, and it was just really awesome. So I went to that today, and then I came home, and then I worked on the Joe event, and then I watched Fargo, and I'm doing this. That's kind of a live story, right? Are you still in Texas? I'm in New York right now, but I'm going to go back to Texas in January. But I just feel very hellbound to be in New York for the holidays. Did you ever visit him again? No, but now I have a little more money, so I pay for various kinds of body work. I mean, I haven't done it in COVID, but I will. I mean, it's Tom Cole. Body work seems like an amazing thing. Like it's, I've been very slow into entering the fact of having a body. Flavin Judd, hey. I just saw the Judd show like so recently, and it's really incredible. If you're in New York, go to the Judd show. It's mine. And I guess the little one closed, but it's a mind blowing show. And the Fenanon, there's a critic there a small show of this very important critic in early 20th century, and he was an activist, and that's amazing too. I think we've done it. Buy the issue, yay Patty Cottrell, yay McSweeney's, and if whatever you do, surround her with white light, pray, hope that Linda Montgomery, is it Lisa Montgomery? I could be fucking up her name too, is not killed by the state. The state shouldn't kill dogs. The state absolutely shouldn't kill human beings. The guy who died a week or two ago, it was so tragic. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing some of this night with me. I love you all. I think I'm going to sign out now. Ciao, Bellas.